this computer. Hello, welcome sketchbook heroes and sketchbook warriors. We're here just at the battle. So here we go. We're going to be drawing, let me share my screen where we're going to be drawing a butterfly, and then we're going to be drawing some other, I think, Christmas stuff. It is December. So the thing is, you have to really want to change. It is about desire. Things don't happen. You kind of have to have that desire and kind of like, okay, this is what I want. We're going to aim for it. And we're going to be shooting for that. And then we've got Frosty the Snowman. So let's break this one down. There's a lot going on here. If we just focus on the butterfly, that would be great for a beginning drawing. And it's complex, but it's really just a triangle, really. If you look here, you can see that curve, how it curves out. But you want to see this point and that point. And then here, actually, it is usually a butterfly has two sets of wings, even though it all looks like one. There would be one set here and then another set here. But we can simplify that like they did. We can say it's just one triangle. I would probably see like this triangle here and that there. You can see it curve out, but what's important here are the angles. Let's see. Ooh, I wonder if I can. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, maybe change the page. Are the angles. So if you look at the angles, there we go. Ooh, that for a second. Oh, there's that. That's actually fish. It's pretty cool. You can see the angles, and this will help get your accuracy for what we're trying to draw. So there it is, that one. Ooh, oh, we just lost it. Oh, that's a good one. Actually, we can draw that one next. That one's really simple. And maybe these next. Oh, we have some really good ones. I didn't see those. And that's more challenging. That has perspective. That one's good. All right, see, I didn't go through these. Yes, hey, Josh, how you doing? Those are good. We'll try to get through many of these. Yes, it is our anniversary. 2 years doing this. Wow, I can't believe it. There's Frosty the Snowman. And we had to go all the way back to our oh, that's a nice one. So yeah, we are trying to go from simple to more complex. And I actually will describe, there he is, that one. And there's more stuff going on around here. This other caterpillar and all this stuff in here is actually make it a little more complex. But I already committed to this. We'll go ahead and do this butterfly. And there's a lot of stuff here. For a beginner, this might be overwhelming. So we're just going to do the butterfly. I'll just try to keep it simple. And there's a good reason for that. Let me explain. Ooh, let's do that. Let's talk about the rule of thirds. And some sketches that I have here, a sketchbook hero. I'm trying to think of some logo here, and let's really quickly share some of the stuff we did last week. So you can see, those of you who, actually not last week, on Tuesday's mastermind class, we were doing these, we're doing portraits. So if you're interested in doing portraits and faces, we can do that. And I can actually talk about a little bit. Here's the picture I was looking for on Tuesday. I couldn't find. It's there. We can talk about the proportions there and the proportions on this face as well. All right, let's jump into this butterfly. And then we'll jump into that Alf, and then we'll jump into I think the Frosty the Snowman. So here we go. All right. So let's get that triangle, and that's the start of it. The angle is really interesting here. Let's get the angle on that triangle. So I'm going to draw the triangle. It's going about at this angle. It's not really. It's a little bit taller than 45 degrees. And then it comes down, and it looks like the angle is coming down. It's not vertical. It's comes in a little bit, slightly, and then it comes down. Once you have these two angles, depends on how big you want to make this butterfly. That's a really neat thing because you can go really small, that size. All we're doing is changing this angle here, or the placement of this angle. We can go all the way down.
Nadia, we don't see your screen too much.
You don't see my screen. Oh, let me see. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I'm getting thrown off here. Let me highlight myself as well. Oh, there we go. So, and I'm upside down. Oh, there we go. We're zooming out. So I shared the other drawings too then without... So yeah, sketchbook hero. Thinking of some, and it's on an envelope, looking for a logo. All right, so yes, these two angles, we got this angle here, and then this angle that comes down here, and then this angle. And like I was saying, you can, as you you can change the size of this butterfly really easily. If I wanted to make it bigger, because these angles don't change with your scale, as the scale of the size of this butterfly changes. So try to get those angles. See, this is my vertical line, straight up and down. This line here, and then
الو
yes.
ماما
All right. Let's see.
ايه كان بدي افرجيك الجواب على الفيس تايم بس هلا بصراحه انتهيت بشغلي على الكمبيوتر خليني بس ما اخلص شي ساعه بدق لك.
Here we go.
هاي روحي.
All right, there we go. All right, so let's jump to this. Sorry, we got a little thrown off. Let me go back to my, here we go. All right, so I've got the shape. I've got my piece here. What I'm going to do actually is from here, aim for the middle. Aim for the middle. I'm just going to do this. This is actually probably more of an intermediate. So if you're beginning, just hang in there. We're going to do the ALF next. The ALF will be simpler. And this is that bottom half of that wing, or how it divides. Then we're going to go from here. I'm going to go to the top. So I'm going to go from here to the top and just push it out. And I know where it starts, where it stops. That's that wing right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just, and let's see how many are there. There's 4. There's 4. So I'm going to put 4. I can already see the centerpiece right there, the center, and then just, and that's just fractions. Just go here, half, eyeball it, halfway point there, and then another halfway point here, right? So that's going to be our 4. And then we just put them in. Let's put them in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not liking the way they're going, but I'm adjusting them now. See, I'm going to push this one in a little bit, not that much. There we go. That's good enough. Yeah, don't get bent out of shape if it's not working. It is a little bit of a challenge, and I'm doing it in pen now. All right, there's that. And then let's do the bottom wing. Bottom wing just comes out as well. I'm going to come just a little bit of a curve from there to there. Just that slight curve. And this one has, but it's going more, yeah, in this direction here. Let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So it's not exactly, so this way I would go 5 this way. I would go 1 in the middle and then 2 on each side. So once I have my 1 in the middle, I'm dividing this whole piece to kind of make it pretty even. So then now I have this 1 piece in the middle. I'm going to go, I know there's the middle there and there's the middle there, right? You got to get good at division. Oh, math. Yes, you're dividing that into 5 parts. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, the top one had 4, the bottom one had 5. That kind of gets us our outline of our butterfly. And then there's the body. Let's just get all the main parts in. The body's 2 parts. You've got the torso like that, and then you've got the abdomen, or I wouldn't say pelvis, I guess. Not really a pelvis.
Thorax.
Of the thorax, the lower half. All right. And this is a cartoon too, so that's another reason why I chose it. It's a little complex. I'm going to shade it all in. It's just for the fun of it. Usually do the shading last. All right, the head. Let's zoom in on the head. Let's see. Oh, that's actually a better, fills the screen here. But the head is just a circle. Let's do it on the side. It's just a circle with a little piece cut out of it, like this, and it actually curves a little bit. Curves that way and then that way, almost like a shark fin shape. There it is. And then you have the an oval shape right in here, this top half for the eye, and a little ball for the eye socket. And it out of room here, but it kind of curves like that. There's 2 of them, a little bit longer. All right, let's just do them here. Let's zoom out. There we go. That's a good spot. So I'm going to do the head right in here, circle, do the mouth. You can see how the size of the head compared to the body. And it's a cartoon too, so it's not a big deal. It's not the accuracy, unless you're trying to shoot for a realistic butterfly, but we're just doing it for fun, fun practice for fun. Sometimes I know somebody said, oh, it's supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be, but we're supposed to be Leonardo DiCaprio, but the faces are really the challenge. What's more important is the process and the practice. And then the more you understand the process and the practice, the more you progress. And it's about progress. It's always about progress, progressing. How can you improve? How can you make it better? How can you plus it? How can you, yeah, because the thing is, you have to really want change. Like that's what the butterfly is saying to the caterpillar. All right, so I'm going to see up here, the end of my antenna. I want it right about there, and it curves up, and then I'm aiming for the head as it comes down, like that. So it curves and that slope. And this one's a little straighter, but I'm going to go from here and I'm going to aim to there. And it's a little straighter, but it has that curve. Right there. Oh, there it is. That looks pretty good. There is a thickness to it. I can probably thicken it up. The design on the butterflies, that's really difficult. So let's see. There's all kinds of arms here. Let's do this one first. I think this one's it's hard to tell which one's in front of which one's behind, but this one's the highest one. So I'm going to go down here, down at that angle, then go up at an angle, and then go down. It's almost like the hand that's kind of like talking, and then it comes down at a slight angle. There we go. That's the first one. That's the first arm. And if you can see that, that should help. Let's zoom in. There we go. There's that one. And then we do the next one. The next one's above it, but it goes below. And these are kind of like the arms. The artist, whoever did this, it's like making this butterfly talk. Comes up like that, then comes down, and then goes slightly out. There we go. There's the two hands. And then he's got three more. We got three more. Let's see. And they're coming off almost the center. They come a little bit, these two right here. So we got one coming out right there. It comes almost vertical, slightly forward, and then a lot more forward. There we go. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit. I'm not shooting for accuracy. It's okay. There's one. The second one comes in as well. And it opens up. I have it almost parallel. It should open up a little bit more. That's okay. Then this one's coming down, opening up. Should kind of like open. And then this one goes back. This one goes back at an angle. All angles. There we go. There's that one. And then one more leg and we're done with the legs. All right, let's see. Leg here. Almost, it's almost vertical. It's actually probably pointing forward a little bit. And then comes down like that. There we go. There's our legs. Almost like mosquito legs. All right, I think I'm happy with those legs. A little bit of a curve. All right, let's do the wing. Actually, I just bring it down. Let's focus on this wing, hopefully. There's a lot of detail, a lot of stuff going on. So let's see how this, almost even the designs actually break into, from the second curve goes in. Second curve, I'm going to go from the top down. It goes from the second curve down in here. Looks like a little heart, a little bit. Go there. And then there's another one. Can you send the picture link again? Yes, you know what? I did not even send it the first time. I'm a little off, but it's okay. We're going to get into the flow. And it is about that, the flow, copy image address. Oh, you know what it is? I'm off because I was working on the panels. I uploaded them and I got it all done right before class, and I didn't get to review this work. So I am playing a little bit of the blame game, but it's all good. Let me see. There we go. We're going to go from here now. It actually kind of comes up from here. We'll let it get to flow up to this part of that wing. So yeah, the image is in the chat now. Chattanooga. A lot of designs here, a lot of stuff going on. We're just going to put them in. Don't worry about it. If you've got the basic form of this, you can actually put your own designs in. I'm gonna and just keep going with this. There we go. This next wing, this next line from here comes down and actually doesn't go all the way through. It just kind of comes down like that. There we go. There's one. The other one from here curves out more. Right there, like that, just like that. There we go. There's that one. And then now we're going to do the other ones, other designs. And this would be good for a Zentangle. So those of you who go to zentangle.com, it shows you how to do Zentangles. I'll try to get, we'll see if we can get that that meetup group that meets and do the Zentangles. Because then somebody, I know who, I won't say their name. They one of the drawings we did recently, they did Zentangles in the drawing instead of it was actually turned out really nice, because that's a good thing. And then you can do your own designs inside. All right, let's break this one apart as well. We've got the top half done. Let's do the bottom. And it all just kind of comes off of this line here, right to that one. There's that one. This other one. I'm not going to shoot for accuracy actually, because it gets wider there, and I don't think it looks. I think it would look better just getting them across. It goes wider, and then there's all kinds of other shapes happening. Let me see. I want to just simplify. This is really complex. What's going on in here? So let's just simplify it, because it kind of comes down and then it connects to the line above it on this one. Comes in and then connects above. There's all kinds of stuff happening on that one. And then now we'll just bring it up to here. That one up. Yes, it almost doesn't even matter what you put in it if you just have the shape captured the form. All right, and there's our lines going in. Let's do the and I think, you know what that makes it more interesting is the thickness of this line, these lines that are coming down. All right, I think we're going to throw in the circles first, and then we'll throw in the designs. So let's get these circles in there. There's one right here. And
someone asked if you could adjust.
Thank you. The circle there, another one up here. We should better pen. Another circle here. There's 3. Another one up here. Those of you just joining us, welcome. We will be drawing something simpler after this one. This one's got a lot of stuff going on, and that's okay. And we will go simpler from here, and then we're going to go more challenging. We're going to go with Frosty the Snowman, and then we're going to go even more challenging after that. So, but we're going simpler. We're going to go simpler than this one. So I'm just putting the circles in there. I'm not even describing where they're going. I'm just throwing them in there. I think that's good enough. All right, let's get those the design lines that are going, they really don't flow well. The ones in the drawing, I'm gonna make them flow a little bit better. I'm gonna actually add the design. I'm gonna make it thicker here, making the end one a little bit thicker. And then there's two underneath that one. So we're gonna go one, and they should kind of go parallel. 1, 2. They should kind of go parallel. And notice the thickness of that line, 2.
Now you're too high.
All right, there we go. Thank you. So there we go. Oh my gosh. And I don't do drugs. All right, so there we go. There's that one, and then we've got the two below it. 1, 2. Notice the thickness of it. We're just putting the designs in here. It's almost like a Zentangle. It's getting lost in there. 1, 2. Not accurate. That's okay. Here's put another 2. 1, 2. Bringing it down. It's all good. And then here, thicken this end one up right at the end, and then put 2 in there. And the drawing is like really sketchy. It's really done really quick because they have a purpose. They know their idea and they're like wanting to get the idea out. So it's not important to be that accurate for their because I've seen cartoons that they're just done with stick figures, but they're funny as heck. All right, there's that set, and then there's another set of lines that just kind of come down to this point. So, or does it? Yeah, no, we still have another set. Okay, so let's go here. Somebody get that dryer. If you hear that beeping. Here we go. There's 1, 2. For that top wing, thickening up the line, and then let's get the other ones. There we go. So there is a little bit of a space or a little bit of gap, and then there's another set of these curving lines that kind of come down. So there we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. That looks good. Oh yeah, look at that. That makes a big difference, that design. And there's actually shading. That whole top half actually is shaded. So there's a slight shade in that whole, I'm just noticing. And if I were to shade it with pen, see, using my pen shading skills, just like really quickly just going back and forth, putting a crosshatch in there. If you can do it, great. If you can't, it's okay. Just pushes it back, really separates those 2 wings as a separate, different shade. All right, let's get that lower wing and bring it up because we were too high before. Say nope to dope and ugh to drugs. There we go. Yeah, they've actually done studies where that doesn't really work, but the thing is just setting good examples. Okay, so we're going to be going down. It looks like it actually it gets really, I don't know. I'll try to simplify and clarify. So we'll definitely, I'm going to bring it all down. So let's do it as one piece, making that end thick as I just go all the way down. There we go. Just bring it all the way down. Thicken up that edge as we go down. And then usually 2, but they're not going really smoothly. So they really just sketched them in really quick. So we'll go with 2 as well. Yeah, it looks like they actually added more. I don't want you to get confused. So we'll just add 2 all the way down. All the way down. There's the first one. There's second one. Third one. bring it down. Bring it around, bring it around. Tap. There it is. I think that's it. There's more kind of like vein things going on. Well, we can just simplified it. Well, that's good enough. It's good enough for government work. Let me zoom out. We'll jump into our let me find that elf. If you want to add flowers, ooh, actually that would probably be really good. I'm jumping all over the place. Flowers would be good. Yeah, let's do flowers. Actually, we can actually add those flowers to this piece. See, we're just in flow, we're in flux. I think those flowers were good. Here they are. I see them. Yeah, well, we can do those simple flowers. They're pretty simple. Ooh, that would be a nice combination. Nice combo save. So let's share that one. We're going to do these flowers here. I'll get that, and first thing we're going to do is copy the image address and put it in the chat, and we'll do those flowers, and then we'll jump to the elf. All right, we'll just throw some flowers in there just because I saw them, and I think they would go really nicely with our drawing here. We're a little light on our people. That's all good. 25 sketchbook heroes, warriors here tonight. It's a good thing because it's all right. Actually, it's good to see that the struggle is real. Sometimes it just doesn't, and it's okay trying to save the drawing all the way through it. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. The 3 areas. Let's do that. Let me see. Oh, I'm looking for the chat. There we go. There we go. There it is. All right, so there's the flowers. We're just going to go. Yeah, there I am sharing. Really simple. You can see that the flowers really simple, really nice designs. I don't know how I'm going to, I'm probably going to just put them onto the right of my butterfly and use some of those. All right, here we go. And I'll probably use a marker to make it go a little faster. That'll be faster. All right, here we go. Let's bring it up. I'm going to put one rose here. I'm going to put in the line. So this is where my rose is going to go. So it looks like it's on the rose. Oh, there it is, on the rose. And then we've got another one here, which I'm going to make smaller. I'm just going to have it come in like that. And then I'm going to bring this other one right over here. These kind of look like Zentangles too, which is pretty cool. Then the other one, I'll bring it over here. So I'm just getting my stems in. There's a really nice little overlap on this one that kind of comes up over, then through. Then you've got this other one that is right in here. This one's bigger. It goes up here, up to the top. And then the last one just kind of comes up and over that way. All right, I've got all my stems. And now I'm going to do the flowers one by one, left to right. So let's go to the left. This one is a teardrop shape. It's kind of like a circle and a triangle. If a circle and a triangle had a little one. There it is. A little, almost like a water drop shape. There it is right there. It's got a little, like it's opening up at the tip. Then it's got the little things on the bottom. There we go. And the leaves. So let's do the leaves. They flip-flop. They're like tapered tails. There we go. There's some more tapered tails. We've talked about tapered tails in the past. This one we can do more like a drop as well. Tapered tail. That one was a tapered tail. This one was not. And we got another one. This one is a tapered tail. So tapered tail, if I can describe it, it's really interesting. It's like a tail. It has a little S curve on it, as opposed to this one. It's just a curve and then curves out and back in. There we go. If you want to add some more, feel free. Take a look at how it looks and how it feels. If you want to add another one, and maybe like, hey, this one could be on the foot here. Bring it up. Add another one. Follow the pattern. Follow the pattern. Patterns are good. Patterns are good. There we go. See? All right, the next one. Ooh, the next one here. It's got the top on it, the top, and like a U shape, and then a bunch of other ones. Let me see, we've got 3, 4, 5 in there. I don't know if I'm going to get them. I'm just going to throw them in here. Let's see, I don't know. There we go. I don't know if it was right or not. I just did a whole bunch. And then they just have little circles at the tip. So we just put little circles at the tip of this little rake or whatever it is. This is fun, little circles. You can get lost in these designs because it's all repetitive. Just relax and low stress. And don't have to do a lot of thinking. You can get lost in it. All right, there's one. The next one has a little heart at the top. So a little heart. Little heart design. Be fun to paint all these little things. It's good to use a marker too, because the marker kind of like gives you a nice, sharp, clean. I can actually go back in here and clean all this stuff up. Well, make it a drawing instead of a sketch. There is a difference. You should be sketching. You got to practice your sketching. If people want to do a drawing and they want it to look clean and sharp like this, but if you're not practicing your sketching, really, it's harder to do this. Clean stuff. And finished. So practice the sketching. There we go. There's 2 on that side. I don't know. I lost it. I think there was 3 on that side. It's all good. These leaves are a little different. Ooh, one right across from it. Let's do that one. Little hearts. You can hide the hearts. That one. There's a little one. There's another one. Let's do another heart. I like the hearts. And one little nub there. All right, let's go. We've got 4 more to go. 4 more stems. Okay, this one, let's bring it up a little bit more. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna actually give it some space. I'm gonna do a little circle up here, right above it. This one's kind of like a daisy or something. I don't know. Let me see. There's some main ones. I'm going to try to capture the main ones. Definitely there's one right at the top, kind of going like this, about that big. And if I were to sketch it first, I can kind of see, ooh, I went too far. Actually, oh, let's see. I can see that this is going to fit. Let me get a pencil. Get pencil. There we go. Creak of the chair. I'm going to say, okay, I'll sketch it in really lightly. This is why sketching is important. Sketch it in. I see it right in here. Use our imagination. Find that as the center. Say, okay, it's good. I'm happy. That's where it's going to go. There's going to be one there. There's going to be another one. We'll kind of, I guess, bring it out this way. And then we've got another one. Try to find or divide it in this by middles. And there's kind of like a heart in here. I see this heart. So you have that one, and then one that actually comes straight across. And then one in between that. There it is, see. And then let's see. And then I think we can just fit the other ones. And I sketched it in with a pencil. There's 2 in here. 1, 2. And 1, 2. I'm happy with that. Now I can go in with my marker and put them in. It doesn't have to be exactly. I'm actually making them even better, see, than the pencil. Because I kind of like already less thinking. The thinking was done with the pencil. And now I'm just with the marker, I'm just kind of doing a little more thinking, but getting it a little bit more to what I'd like. Right. Like that. There it is. Ta-da. The other one's really simple. Let's make that circle right at the tip. And then it's got five of them. And this one's almost like a V at the top. V at the top. And then it goes off. Here, there's 5. 1, 2. To the sides. And then here. 3. 4. The coyotes are howling tonight. Howling. There's the 5. 2, 3, 5. And this one has leaves that are open. there's that tapered tail, which I should actually describe. Let's see. So this is what's happening with that tapered tail. Tapered tail, it's really just a circle with a triangle, but it's pushed in. It's pushed in like this. So and it tapers because it goes from thin, which is like that point, and then it goes to thick. And you'll see that tapered kind of like tail in hair and ponytails and stuff like that. And leaves, like right now, you get that tapered tail. Some of these aren't tapered. I can see them like just and they're just kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of like that. But you'll see forms and shapes. This one definitely tapers, the one that's going that way. Actually, let me see. This one, oh, actually, it's just it tapers as it gets wider, but then it's got that kind of like S curve there, like that. I skipped one. Let's go back. Let me see. This one right here, up here. Okay, so this one is like a heart, and then it has a top to it. So I'm going to do the heart on this one. Check out this top one. Is it centered? Yes. So we've got like this heart shape as it curves around, and then it comes in as a leaf like that, and then the top is just closed off. All right. Ooh, we lost one person. Oh yeah, we did. We lost two people. It's all good. It's all good. We got 23 of you hanging in there. All right, let's do this here like that. Frosty the Snowman. Hopefully they come back on Tuesday. I know we're doing more. So try to, if it's too easy, you got to challenge yourself. If it's too hard, you got to make it simple. And that's what it is. Here's where I'm going to describe it right after this flower. If you want to add more flowers and stuff, here, let's do this other one here. It's not going to fit. I'm looking at it now. The design is really complex. Here, let's see. I'm going to try to make it fit. I want to make it that big. Going right to the edge, which is not a good thing. That's the same problem I'm having with my panels. The work is too close to the edge, and if you were to print it out, it'd get cut. So there's 5 of them, and you can just do this. 1. There's 1. It'll be right there. 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. So I'm just doing little circles there, just to kind of get the feel of where it's going to go. And it's really almost like a clover. Each of these petals is like a clover. So you kind of have to do a clover shape, kind of like that, like a heart. And it comes up around, kind of like that clover shape as it comes up around it. And that one goes more like a point. Go. There it is. And then there's 5. There's a circle in the middle. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as it goes around. So that one circle in the middle is surrounded by 5 little circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to add an extra one because it just didn't. There we go. Is it 6? 3. Oh, no, it is 6. So, no, it is 6. I said 5, but no, there is 6. All right, there it is. All right, let me while you're doing that, let me talk a little bit about the lanes you're in. So if things are too easy, I don't know, we're talking about failure and not being afraid of failure. Sometimes you got to get comfortable with failure. So when you're first starting, the first thing to do is to get consistency. That's the thing you should be focusing on as you move on to your lane. So the first lane is just being on the freeway. And as you move, as you get comfortable, it's the rule of thirds we talked about. If it's too easy, then you want to move to the next lane. Try to make your transition to the next lane a little more challenging. If it's too hard, then you want to move to the right, to a little more simple. And you got to see where you're at, because you don't want to get bored. Some of you might have gotten bored and knocked off. And if it's too hard, maybe also you might have knocked off. So, you got to keep in the lane when you're comfortable, and use the rule of thirds. If it's always too easy and you're getting bored, try to move it to a little more challenging. And if it's too hard, try to get to a little more simple. So we're started off simple. We're going to go even simple. We are actually going to be moving more to the right with our elf. So let's get to the elf. Let's do the elf. Elf on the shelf. There we go. Where's the elf? There he is. Let me share my screen. This one's going to be easier, and that's actually going to be faster. And then we'll do Frosty the Snowman. There we go. There's our elf. The head is a circle, and then we can break it into parts. If you're drawing faces, this is actually a good thing to see as far as when we're doing proportions and stuff like that. Let's annotate this one. Here we go. Let's go to see the circle here. There we go. Right about there. It is green. Right there. There's a circle. You can see how the hat pushes that circle down. This one is, pushes the chin, kind of comes up a little bit. You can see how that hat kind of goes in there. And what else? Let's break it into parts. Let's look at our lines of symmetry, straight up and down, very symmetrical. The hands kind of even coming in on one side, the ears going out on one side. And we can actually see this here. That's actually, these are good right there. And then you could see how this kind of like just comes out. And if you're looking at how it attaches itself. Right. But these angles are probably really good angles. And then the hat on top, like an oval shape. Let's get that oval shape in there. And then let's do this one. I might go a little faster. Oh, I know definitely it's going to be faster than that other one. There we go. Ooh, placement of the eyes. Let's see, placement of the eyes. So if we go center here, break this circle into fourths. There it is. You can see the eyes kind of, and the placement of the nose, the placement of the mouth against those parts. Look at the center as well. Notice the space between the eyes is kind of like an eye space. So noticing all the fractions and breaking this into fourths kind of helps. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. I think I put it in the chat already. Did I? So this is now every Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30 to 8. No, it's not every. So it on Thursdays it's from 6:30 to 8. On Tuesdays it's from 5 to 8. It's 5 to 8. So on Thursdays it's 6:30 to 8, and on 5, yeah, no, wait a minute, 5 to 7. 5, no, yeah, it's 5 to 7. On Thursday, on Tuesdays is 5. Let me write it down. Here, let me see. I think we have text. Yes, we do have text. Let me write it here. So class is from on Tuesdays. That's the mind stream, the mind stream, the mastermind group. The mastermind, we'll put MM. Tuesdays MM mastermind group, the MMG mastermind group. That is from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, PST. There it is, PST. And then on Thursdays, which is today, Thursdays are from, this is the beginning class, beginning to intermediate, or whoever wants to come. I mean, I kind of gear it towards that. And this is from 6:30. Oops. 6:30 till we get tired. 8, it'll probably be 8 or 9. Yeah, we're going to cut it a little bit shorter now that we're doing 2 nights a week. And that's PST as well. PST, Pacific Standard Time. So
Same
Google.
link?
Huh?
Is it the same link?
It's the same link, yes. Yeah, it is the same link. Yeah, we're using the same link. All right, any other questions? All right, we're good. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do the little elf on the shelf. Elf on the Shelf. My sister was doing that. So we're going to start off with our circle. Our circle. Let's get that circle in there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Here we go. So you can see our circle. Here we go. The head. That's where our head's going to go. We'll sketch it in. Practice. Look at. Notice how I'm just flying around. And this is a sketch, right? A sketch. Practice sketching circles. It's a good practice. Then we're going to let's you got to make sure you have space for the hair, the head, the hair. What hair? It doesn't have hair. The head, and then there's a little bit of a neck underneath. Right under that neck. Actually, that neck goes over this line that's right in here, right underneath. So this line is pretty straight. I'm just kind of sketching it all in. Then the hands. So the hands, I always just say, okay, this is where they're going to go. There's one right there and the other one right about in there. This helps me get the size and the placement, right? The size and the placement without going into the detail and getting all. Let's get the ears. One's right about there, these angles. And then it just swoops and attaches kind of like that. Right in there. That's just a sketch. All right, let's get our axis line right in the middle. And right in the middle, we'll start with the eyes. Let's move this a little more to the right. I think this one a little more to the left. All right. I'm going to see the eyes, my eyes, the height of the eyes, the top of the eyes. I can put in a guideline there. And the bottom of the line, eyes, guideline right in there. And then the nose is going to go, actually, it goes right where the eyes are. So I'm looking at the top of the eyes, the bottom of the eyes. And then this was my center and my center axis line. So there's a lot of lines now, so don't get confused. This nose, I'll put it right on a little bit, actually a little bit below that line where my eyes are. And that's where the nose is. There it is. And then the mouth is going to go right in here, right there, right there. So let's get that mouth in there. Really simple mouth. We drew a bunch of these faces the other day. We should say episode this, episode that. It's all right. It's all good. All right. Let's get these eyes in here. There's going to be one right about in there, one over here. Notice the eye space. So let's get it a little bit closer. I can see the space is too much. So I'm sketching it. So I'm actually getting them a little bit closer with Arid Extra Dry. This drawing brought to you by. There we go. And then there's little cheeks. So let's get the cheeks in there. I'm just putting these ovals in here and I'm sketching it in. And then there's these cheeks that are kind of like little ovals in here as well. Little oval cheeks. All right, let's get our marker, and I think we can do everything else. Well, let's sketch in some more. Then I'll do the marker stuff. So we have an eyebrow on this side, an eyebrow on that side, and it does cut in. The hat does cut in. So it's not a perfect circle, especially this top part. Let's cut it in a little bit. The hat. You see it flattens out, that top part. And then the hat goes behind this ear. It's going to go up here, and then the hat's going to come down on this side with the little jingle thing on this side. Oh, and the little jingle thing on this side. Here we go, the little bell, jingle bell right in there. All right, that's it. And the pupils are on the inside, about that big. And there it is, it's all blocked out. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go from left to right. Actually, let's get the outline of the head. Let's fit it all in. So I'm going to go from here. Go all the way around. See, now I'm just kind of almost tracing the circle that I sketched in. See all these little lines. I'm just going with a marker and kind of getting that. Let's zoom in. There we go. Happy little elf. And let's get the cheeks in. Here's this cheek. And there's that cheek. And then I'm going to do the eye, left eye, that big. There we go. Next eye. Right in there. Well, pupils, I need to go. I'm going to make them bigger. I can see already where they're at. I can actually, even if you need to do a guideline to get them to match up, you can do a little guideline in there and erase it after. There we go, right in there. And then shade it all in. And there we go. This one. This one. Oops. A little point here. Shade it all in. There it is. Eyes are done. Let's get the eyebrows. Bringing it down, making it fit because I brought down the hat. There we go. And little sausage eyebrows. They actually taper to a point at the ends. Let's get that nose in there. Let's get the mouth. One little swoop. All right, let's get the top. This one's a little flatter. There it is. I'm going off a little bit. Actually, it looks like it's going up. It's not straight across. It's okay. Here we go with the ears. You can see, you can still see my axis lines underneath. This one's 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. Up here above, and this would be, what clock is that? 10 o'clock. Here, 10 o'clock kind of goes up at that angle. And then it swoops down and around like that. Same thing across. Go up. Changing it from my sketch. And try to get it to match up here as well. Eyeball it. So it matches with the other ear. And then bringing it down and around and attach. There we go. There he is. All right, we're going to do the inside part of the ear. Right in there. There's that part. And then there's the tragus right there. I know you have a tragus fan. I don't know if that is a tragus. Should be. So you have this part, the inner ear. And then the little part. I'm going to curve this in a little bit more like that, just like the tragus. All right, looking good, looking good. Let's get that neck in there. And here, a little bit of a curve, and then straight up. And then we've got, it's got almost like a star thing happening here. All right, so we've got, it should be an axis line. Let's get that triangle right in here. And this is symmetrical, so I'm sketching it in with pencil first. That way, watch your angles. This might be a little bit difficult. This is a good challenge because you're looking at symmetry, trying to get it the same on both sides, the same distance. This is a good challenge, a good exercise to do symmetry. Look at the distance from your symmetry from your center line, your axis line. Try to look at across. If you need to draw the guidelines, draw the guidelines. If you need to measure how far this one goes out, and then measure the next one to make sure it kind of goes out just as far. And then bring it back. There we go. There it is. I'm happy with it. Let's draw it in. There's the collar. He's a star, superstar collar. And just trace over it. All the working is done, and then you just, with a marker, nice and clean. All right, I'm going to have to move the hand out because it looks like there's a thumb right there, and bring our line down now. So I'm going to bring that line down. Well, let's put in some new guides. So I'm going to bring this line down, bringing this line down. Now that I can see that it's okay, it's not quite right now. I'm going to adjust. See, there's that one. The hand, I'm going to bring out a little bit more. Look, there's going to be, yeah, let's bring it out more. I'm just going to bring it out a little bit in that space. This one, yeah, let's bring it out as well. Because what's happening, you can see the shoulder in here. There's a little bit of a shoulder. We're going to go from left to right. There's a little bit of shoulder that kind of comes out to the thumb. All right, so the thumb is right in here, almost like a little circle right there. The thumb goes on top of our line. That's right there. So there's a thumb, there's a shoulder, a little bit of a shoulder. And then there's 3 fingers that overlap. They overlap our edge here. And how can I explain them? Basically, they're kind of like little sausages with they do curve. They do have actually two axis lines that kind of go like this, kind of go like that. They kind of go this angle in and then down. You almost can't even see it because it's all kind of like a sausage. It's all sausaged in. Let's try to figure out what we're going to do first. And then there's 3 of them. Well, I usually, yeah, let's left to right or right to left. Let's go from right to left, I guess. It's a little awkward. But we're going to do it this way, and then yeah, okay, yeah, that's not bad. That one, there's 1, then 2, and this one's in front. This one's in front of that finger because it's over the way it's overlapping. So this one's in front of that finger. And then this one is even in front of that finger. So that's just the way it's overlapping. And it comes out from the bottom here. Let's just do the top. Comes down at that angle. Comes in. And it goes up. And then it goes back at an angle. And let's get that floor in here. That table actually, or whatever, the shelf. Let's say it's the shelf. There it is. So it's the overlapping. There, really nice overlapping. Let's finish up this hand. Bring it up and around. There it is. All right. It's looking a little big. I think my fingers are looking a little bigger than they should be. That's okay. Yeah, I didn't use my guide at all. Sometimes describing it and drawing while you're talking is a challenge. So let's see. Let's try to get it to match up. Since I made it bigger, it makes him look bigger. I guess makes him look more of an adult. So I'm going to get my guideline for the bottom. Bring these fingers down. There's going to be the thumb. Then we got our 3 sausages, with this one being the closest one. That's 1. You can actually do it this way as well. There's 1 sausage, another sausage, and there's the other sausage here, 3 finger sausages. Sometimes your fingers will look like sausages, and that's okay as you practice. And we're going to actually be doing hands too, probably next month. For this month on Tuesdays, we're going to be doing faces, and that's more advanced. You really want to practice 3D form. This is flat. These are shapes. When you're learning to draw, you're learning to see shapes. And the next step is learning to see form. Form is more challenging because it's 3-dimensional. It changes, like this X on here, it changes. Even though it's a circle, no matter how I move it, it's still going to be a circle. But the placement of things, if this were to continue all the way around, it changes. So you want to try to draw this from different angles as this X changes through space or axis line. Actually add another axis line around here and practice drawing that. All right, let's do the other hand and then we'll do the hat. Let's do the other hand. Since we're down here, stay down here. There's a shoulder. The shoulder kind of comes down into an angle. Same thing as this one. Not nailing it too well. It's all right. Let's get this right to that first sausage finger, and then the thumb right in there. There it is. And you've got our first sausage finger, which is here. Kind of curves up and around, and then some overlapping. This finger goes over. It's going overlapping, then comes back up and back. And then our last finger, let's get that inside part kind of straight down and then bring it back and down. And let's put our little shelf line. There it is. There's our hands. Whew, that was tough. That was tough. Whew, got it. All right. Whew, that's looking cute. Cute as a button. All right. Now it's just the hat and the thing. We're done. We'll be jumping to Frosty the Snowman. That's definitely more of a challenge. But we'll get it. All right, I've got this. There's a little bit of a little bit of a bump happening in here. So it goes swerves back and forth, but there is, let me point it out, kind of like a little bump happening there. So it goes, watch this, it goes around it and back down and then like that. Hopefully I'm not exaggerating too much. Straightening it out. I can straighten it out a little bit. There it is right there. And do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of comes out a little bit and down behind the ear. This should go down behind the ear. There it is. All right. And then it curves up and over. Up and over. Oh, this marker seeing its last day today. All right, now here, this part actually kind of comes out that way, and then there's almost like a straight line, straight, and then another angle right here like this, coming back. There it is. Straightens out. All right, now the right in the center. Let me pencil it in. If you want to pencil it in, there's one triangle right in the middle. And then all you need to do is do the 2 points. There's 2 points on each side, one here, one there. This will help. This really helps kind of get things to line up. And then the other one goes at the end, right? So you have those 2 points, and it's going to be 2 triangles right in there, and then right up there like that. There it is. Let's draw it in. This echoes the collar, little triangle shapes, design. Good use of design, repetition, pattern. These are the principles. These are the principles of art and design, and understanding them and knowing them and seeing them. Symmetry is one of the principles as well. So this person who designed this studied art, or just knew, or just had that feel. All right, let's do the jingle bell, which is a circle. I'm going to pencil it in, then I'll marker it in. But we have our circle already. It looks good. Then this is the hardest part. This is the part that goes around it. And this is why this is important, right? This is what's happening here. It's actually going along this line here. So you can see that line at that angle, right? So that's where that's going. We're going to add that little rim, that little ring, right? So it's kind of going around it like that. And the more you draw spheres and form, getting away from shape, the more you actually feel the form. You can like, okay, I can feel around, like you're actually drawing in space, even though your paper's flat. You're kind of putting it around this sphere. So you definitely got to practice drawing from life, drawing from what you see. Like here's a little sphere. Well, actually, this one's more perfect. Oh, you'll see. Actually, I think we're after our snowman. We can do the little teapot. Little teapot, short and stout. Here's the handle. Here is the spout. So there's that. There's a little circle. And then there's this little part that kind of comes out. Might have to make the circle a little bigger. See, I can adjust it. It's easier to go from, if you went too big, then going smaller is a little harder. There we go. All right, so let's do it. Let's do the little circle. Little thing there. And I know I was always conscious. I mean, people are posting these pictures, so I know some people are for religious reasons or whatever, they can't actually even participate. It was always a thing when I was at school too, when I taught. Always had to be aware that we really didn't do too much. We just kind of generalized stuff as holidays and celebration and trying to be conscious of that. There it is. I think that bell's good. I think our shelf, elf on the shelf is good. There, zoom out. There he is. Cute. There's a button. All right. Let's jump into it. Let's just do Frosty the Snowman. And I'm gonna let's break him down. We're gonna jump to our screen and have to go, but thank you for today's session. Looking forward to more. Awesome, Samantha. I don't know what time she did that. We're down to 20. Right, here we go. Let's jump over to love drawing the elf, my first cartoon. Oh, awesome. Susanna. All right, let's see. Let's jump to and then I'm gonna I'm gonna put all these videos together. All right, Joshua, we'll see ya. I know this is usually the time you go out. We're probably just gonna go for another hour. Let's see how much we can get in there. Share my screen. There we go. All right, here we go. There's our elf. We're going to, oh, that's a good one. Oh, wow, that's neat. I don't know, is that a recipe? What's that? Comments. Oh, 12 slices of bread toast. I'll have to read that. That's a lot later.
Oh,
Ooh,
Demi said she put that in by mistake.
oh, okay, it's all right. This is actually, we really need to draw.
Yeah, it was a mistake. Sorry.
It's okay. All right, we'll draw this one. I think this one's a little more simple, and then we'll see. We'll jump. This one's really interesting. I mean, the way it is a circle, it has the same height, same width, but really see this cheek, the way this cheek is pulled out, and then here it's pulled out here. And so there's as far as an axis, I mean, but the head is pretty close to a circle with a pull here and a pull like right there, but it's really close to height and width. And then here you can see definitely that the body is, we can compare it. Let's compare it.
Someone's asking for a link to the elf.
Oh, yes. Yes, let's go back. I think I should already have it. Let me see, paste. Bang, that should be it. Let me see if it is. Let me put it up here. I'll test it. And oh, it's not. That's not the paste. Here, let me see, let's find it. There it is, right there. Let me see, copy that image address. Here we go. And I think I just sent it to Yelena. Let me see. There's the elf. All right, we're gonna do this. Not that one, this one. If you'd like to add the stuff, you know, his scarf and other stuff, you can. We're gonna do this one. Copy image address. Put it in the chat while I'm doing that. Let's take a look. All right. And this is what makes it challenging is that, like, oh, okay, well, if you're making any old snowman, okay, making any old snowman, but if you're making a specific snowman, that's what it is. But you can see how it compares to the circle, right? And just like I was saying that one cheek pulls out this way and the other one pulls out that way. But if you start off with that circle, that really helps. Right in there, you can see that circle. It pulls out this way and then it pulls out up here. So if I start off with a piece of clay, that was my circle, and then just pulled it a little bit on this side and then just pulled it more on that side, that would get it. Now, what's really cool here is that there's a curve. Let me see if I can do this as a curve or no. I think this is letting me. There's like a little bit of a curve right in there. Ooh, just like that, right? So if I were to do the axis line, I mean, the axis line of this whole, right, of finding the center of the circle, they actually putting it like on a little bit of a sphere. There's that axis line there. You can see the nose is up to the right of it. I put an axis line here. You can see that the mouth is like right in the center. Right in the center. You can see the spacing of how everything fits on there. Right. So this is what you should be looking for and seeing how this whole thing fits. Right. The mouth, right on that center part. And their proportions and placement. All right, I think that's it. And then there's like a square hat. And it's almost coming out. Let's kind of coming out like this. There, and really is a cone and a cylinder put together. Let's draw the body. Oh, I wanted to see how big the body was compared to the head. And we're going to do compare. So that's the body. The head is 1. We go down here, use that same. There's 1, 2. So the body's twice as tall as the head. Or the head. This was the circle right in there. See that circle? That's 1. Then the body was 1, 2, and then probably a half. It's probably a half. Yeah, it is really close to a half. Yeah, there it is. Bring it down right there. Yeah, half. So it's 2.5. So altogether, he's 3.5 heads tall. The body's 2.5. And then you can see how the head and the hand kind of fits together there, and this head and hand in comparison. And the body's probably twice as wide, if I can copy paste, a little bit less than twice as wide. 1, 2. Yeah, a little less than twice as wide. All right, let's do this. Let's get our clay out. Let's get our clay out. Let's stop sharing. There we go. So we've got the marker bleeding through. Here we go. I think I'm going to go this way. But I wish I could move the whole screen that way, but so I can draw a little bigger. All right, so I'm going to start off with the head. The head is going to be right in here. We got a circle. Start off with that circle. There's 1, and when we got the body is two circles. 1, 2. Let's get that measurement for that head. There's our circle. 1. Bring it down. 1, 2. Right about there. 1, 2. Let's try it again. Measuring it here with this. Should use a ruler. 1, 2. That's good. And then we got a half a circle. So we're really going to push the size of this down in here. I'd have to zoom out. That's as far as it goes. I'm going to move the camera up. There we go. There we go. That's good. And we'll do some more zooming in, zooming out. So the body is, and actually this is where the feet are. Feet are half a head. Bring that down a little bit. There we go. So there's 1 for the head, 2 for the body, and then a half that size for the feet down there. That's our proportions for our snowman. And then it's going to be a little bit wider. We're going to have 1 hand over here. And I'm actually just putting that hand kind of where I feel it's going to go. It's actually right across here, right about in there. And the other hand over here with the pipe right about there. That's good. All right, let's do this. I'm going to start with the face. Let's get in there really close. I kind of see how it's going to fit on all my paper, so I don't have to erase, or I don't have to like, oh my gosh, it didn't fit. I can already imagine it here, right? Begin with the end in mind. We're starting and we kind of see it. Okay, imagine it here. I can see it. So let's zoom in and then just draw the head right about in there. And if I have to adjust, I'll have to adjust. But let's see. So the hat kind of comes in here at a little bit of an angle, cutting off that slightly. I know that the center of the mouth was like really close to the middle, or if not in the middle. There's our middle line. And everything kind of is to the right of that. If we were to put our axis line on it, everything's kind of pushing and curves to the right because it is a sphere. All right, so let's put our nose to the right of that. And how big is that? Well, I almost have to get the feel of it. I mean, it goes above the center here. right on to the right of it. And that's, I can't really, it's just experience. There's the nose. Let's do the eye. The eye is a little bit more than just an oval. I mean, we can put ovals in there. I'm going to put the ovals in there now, but they do kind of come to a little bit of a point. So I did start off with the ovals, so I kind of go in there, but they do kind of taper a little bit. They do kind of come to a point at the top, kind of a little bit of a point. And then this eye underlaps the nose right in there. Let's zoom in. There we go. It does underlap that nose. And this is going to be the foundation. So everything else kind of build on this. Everything else is going to build on this. So you have this eye that's overlapping this nose, and then this other eye kind of to the left a little bit. Right in there, about that big, fits in there like that. And the eyes are the windows to the soul. So there's a little bit of a highlight we're going to try to keep, right? So really important to try to keep this highlight, right? So once your eyes are there, notice the distance between the eyes. It should be closer. So I don't know, I already did them, but the eyes are actually a little bit closer. I have them a little too far apart. It's okay. I'm just squeezing it a little bit closer. All right, let's just do it. So we've got one pupil right in there, and then the other pupil right on the center, right in there. Okay, so one is on the left, and then this one is right in the middle. And then we want to try to keep that highlight. So I'm going to work as hard as I can to try to keep that highlight, so I can actually just cut that circle in half. Shade the bottom half. Ooh, look at that highlight right there, almost makes itself. So I'm going to again cut this circle in half there, shade the bottom half, then maybe cut in a little bit, being careful not to lose that highlight. Actually, that's kind of small. There we go. That looks good. And the same, there's another highlight on the nose. We'll just go ahead and shade it. It's right in here, a little bit of a highlight. And then just shade the whole nose just slightly. Just shading it back and forth. A little bit of a shade, not pushing that hard. Just so it's, there it is. See, it's got the highlight and a little bit of a shade. There's the nose. All right, here's our center for our center of that circle. And the mouth is going to come up here around this whole face. Right in here, down to our center line. Up. And a little bit of a cheek right in there. There we go. Bam. We are drawing faces on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are drawing faces actually after the mastermind. After the mastermind, we're going to do the faces. Here's the mouth.
Hilario, are the
Yeah.
faces being recorded and posted?
Yes, the faces are being recorded
Okay.
and posted, but the mastermind is not. The mastermind is just showing work and talking about the work. And really that's the reason. What's the purpose, right? We're really focusing on purpose. What are you trying to do? If you're trying to do a comic, if you're trying to do whatever, even, I don't know, we can even go off art. If you have music, you can play the music. Tell us what your intention is, what you're trying to do, trying to make people feel sad with your music or whatever your intention is. Like, oh, wow, you know, what if you did this or did that? Or let's add more blue to your artwork to make it sad, or, you know, how can you, you know, just having a purpose or a reason.
It's kind of like consultation.
Kind of like that. It's actually critiquing and masterminding.
Okay.
Really, it's a little bit, it's not really critiquing, but it's more like working together. And as you help other people, I really believe the more you help other people, the more you help yourself. Because then you're like, oh, okay, you know, you kind of develop that muscle. And kind of like, and that's what it is. All right, so one cheek pulls out here on this side, right? I would say at this point, it kind of pulls out. And then pulls in. See how I'm pulling it out a little bit. And then here on this side, it slopes and then pulls out. So there's a little bit more of a slope and then back in. And oops, let's go up a little higher. So you can see here, pulling it out, pulling it out. It gives him a little more of that cheeky feel to it. That looks pretty good. All right, let's do the hard part, the hat. The hat. A little bit of a curve to it. A little bit of curve. We're going to extend beyond our circle. Right in there. Yeah, because you want to look at your work and feedback and reflect. Actually, it's really reflecting on your work and having other people reflect on your work. And what are you trying to shoot for? It's like shooting at a target. And eventually, you should have actually a body of work, kind of like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. We'll develop it. You'll see it, and it should grow. I mean, it should grow. You'll understand the process, because that's what it's about, the process. Right. The first step in the process is just getting things going, just doing it, not even worrying about things. Yeah, because on last class on Tuesday, we just drew the faces. On this Tuesday, we're going to actually do the first lesson on the
And you
Loomis.
said those are recorded, right?
Yes, they are recorded.
Okay.
They are recorded. And I can show next class, just remind me, or maybe even after this, I can show you where, because it's going to have its own like section. All right. So let's talk about this hard part. I'm just doing it and just drawing. So the hat, the brim, kind of just putting it in. On this side, it's a little bit smaller, but you can see this like little U right in here, that U, and then this little bean shape in here, like that bean shape. And then this kind of whips up around right in there, just like that. Oh, too high, too low, too high. Yeah. So I kind of like see these ovals in here. See, there's an oval in here and then this oval in there. And see how big each one is. This one's smaller, this one's bigger. And then it just kind of comes around that, more like a bean shape. And there's the brim. There's the brim. Fill it to the brim. There's probably a little bit more of a loop in there. That's all right. Let's get the shape of the hat. Bring it down. I'm seeing where it fits, like right in here, and then right in here. And there's a flower in here. Let's put the flower in there. It's a circle shape right in there. It's going to fit right in there. The hat goes above it just a little bit. And then it curves off. Oops, let's zoom out.
I think a cowboy hat would look better.
Yeah. Well, cowboy hat, yeah, all it is, cowboy hat is just, the brim is really perfect. The cowboy hat is just rounded. I mean, if we wanted to put a cowboy hat, yeah, use your imagination, develop your taste. That's what the purpose class is about, where you're really developing your taste and what you're shooting for. And use, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it this way. This is the way I like it. And then just stand up for what you think is gonna make it look good. All right, I like it like that. We're like, oh, okay, well, you don't like it, that's okay. We can agree to disagree. And that's okay. But then you start developing your taste and start saying, okay, I like that. And then you start saying, why do you like it? Why don't you like it? Because sometimes some people don't like their work or don't like stuff, but they don't know why, or they can't explain it. That's the hard part. Why don't you like it? Or why do you like it? And then do more of it. All right, so here's the flower. I did the center. There's a circle there, another one up on top. It's kind of like a heart shape up on top. Then there's another one on the right, and then another two on the bottom, another heart at the bottom, actually, like another little bottom there. But I'm seeing these big shapes and then bringing it down. But you want to see the big shapes first and then break it down into the smaller shapes. So we're going to start with the top heart. Top is like a little heart. There it is, heart at the top. And then this one goes out and tapers like that. And the bottom one, little heart upside down. And then the one on the right. And there's a little bit of overlapping. It kind of goes behind the brim here. Behind the brim a little bit. If you can get it. A little bit of overlapping. Create that space. And then there's a center, these center lines, or put some of these center lines on the petals, on the sides. A little hard to see, but I'm adding them. There it is. There's, and what does he say? Who knows what he says when he comes to life?
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday. There we go. I'm putting this this little thing in, but I think it's going a little bit too high. I think I went too high with it. That looks interesting. Huh. Or maybe the flower should have been a little bigger. That's okay. We'll just go with the flow. Go with that flow, that top hat. And it's really, if we were really to see it three-dimensionally, it would be an oval. It's like the top half of an oval. And this is form here. And the bottom one is shaded. If we really understood the form, there would be light and bouncing light off of it. And probably not that far in. And then bring that bounce light back up and try to shade that top part of the hat. This part is darker. Shade it all dark. Just shading. And shade the one top a little bit lighter. A little bit of a highlight on the left, reflected light. I could have put one on this side. And then all this is just shaded as well. And see, and it actually gets rid of all my sketching. I can just shade my sketching away. All the little sketching. This I'd have to erase. I'd have to kind of go in there with an eraser and clean it up. There it is. My trusty eraser. Time to clean it. Let's erase a little bit on the side. There we go. And then I can clean this up here. There he is. There's the head. Let's zoom out. All right. Now we just do the body. What time is it? 8:26. All right, then we can do a sharing if you'd like to share after this, and then we'll see. We'll choose. We'll probably just do one more drawing after that. We'll call it a night since we're doing 2 nights a week now. All right, let's see. Let's feel the body. Body, everybody. Look at that body. The body's going to be in here like this. It's like an oval shape. So I'm trying to get that shape in there, and it kind of zooms out. There's a little bit of overlap. That's good. I don't know if there's a little bit of a pull on the sides. Pull the sides a little bit. The pull is up right in here. You can kind of see where the pull is and where here it pulls a little bit lower on this side. The pull is a little bit lower on this side, and here it's a little bit higher as the front. And almost have to see where the furthest point is. Then the feet, very simple actually, just an oval. So it's an oval here on this side. There it is, an oval here. And then in this one is a little more oval, but it's kind of like almost a little smaller because it's pointing forward. But we do need to kind of like change the shape a little bit because it does pull forward, bring it down a little bit lower. I would probably see, is it lower or is it on the same? It's just slightly lower, just slightly, but that little bit lower makes that space, make it forward. So here we go. Maybe a little bit closer together. I'll bring this one, let's start with this one. Come in and out and around. Get the bottom part of his belly or whatever that is. And this foot, see how I'm actually bringing it closer together. I'm looking at the space in between here, this negative space. So I'm actually and then just bringing it down this way. Bring it down around. Could probably use a marker, but I'm just pressing a little bit harder. The thickness of that leg, that leg, make sure you see that thickness, and then we'll bring that same thickness to this other side. Watch your thicknesses, watch the negative space between the legs. A little bit of an angle there. And then here we go. I'm going to bring this belly up. Belly up. Actually, let's add the arm on the side first. See this arm, and it tapers, this tapered shape, how it goes from thick to thin, that taper. You got it. This is where you really start getting the feel of form, that feel of form as you're drawing, because you're not more than just drawing a line, you're drawing a shape. And more than a shape, you're really actually starting to draw form. Try to see that form. There's that thumb that's going to stick out right in here. Probably need to push this back a little bit because I'm looking at the negative space in here. Need to probably push it out a little bit. Maybe push this over. That's good. That arm comes down to right about there, above the center. Then on this side, there's a hand right in there, about that big, and then it's the pipe. And I can, you know, it's a cylinder, but I'm just drawing that rectangle. That kind of goes in there, that rectangle, just to get the spacing. And then this part of the pipe. Might have to bring it over to the right a little bit more. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let's just do it. Let's just do it. All right, so I'm going to start off with the finger that's closest to us, this little pinky. It's supposed to be a pinky. There, right there. There's that pinky. Let's zoom in so you can see what we're doing. And here's that pinky right in that spot. Then we'll go with the middle finger. It looks like it's a little straighter. This one kind of curves a little bit more, and then this one looks, for some reason they did it a little straighter, and then back behind this finger, and then the pointer finger behind as well, and then it goes up and around. And then here we go. I was in Long Beach yesterday, and they were actually doing a really nice mural out there off of 2nd Street. 2nd Street near on the Seal Beach side, 2nd Street. Long Beach is pretty long. But yeah, really nice mural. They were working on it last night, like at 9 o'clock at night. He had a scissor lift. It's a checkerboard one. I should have taken pictures, but it's okay. All right, there's a little center line right in here, the center palm line right in there. I'm gonna bring this in a little bit. I'm feeling it here. See, I make these adjustments as I go along. And here we go. There's the arm. As it tapers, as it gets bigger. Don't do spaghetti arms. Notice this thickness. It takes that practice to really get that feel of this form. I mean, this is actually for to do some cross lines on it, some cross sections. It really is going around like that, and really kind of attaches itself to this sphere. And you should really be able to, see this form and feel the form as you do these actually cross-section lines. It's actually a good exercise. Good exercise. There we go. And then here, depending on where your eye level is, but this would also have like the cross sections would kind of like go around in this direction and really feel that form. But let me zoom out real quick. Yeah, feel that form like a little Easter egg. Yeah, that's a good exercise. So you can feel form, draw Easter eggs, even though it's Christmas, holidays. Let's finish this foot here. This one is facing forward, so you want to try to get to face forward, and then has a little on the top right in there, and bring it a little bit lower. So a little bit lower. Right up. And that's the feets. Happy birthday. All right. Let's finish this up on this side. And we'll take a break. We'll show work. Take a stretch. Here we go. The whole body right in there. Right in there. Here we go. Oh, that line. Let's get this other hand in here. Hands are tough, but if you can see the parts, see the whole, let's show you the parts in the whole. And then this is good to start practicing with drawing cartoon hands, because they're really complex. So little sausage fingers kind of go in here. The whole hand like is right in there. And then the arm kind of comes up and attaches itself like that, right in there. Right in there. And then this arm, this upper arm, just kind of swoops as well. Oh man, he's looking good. I've never drew him. I always wanted to draw him. But it's like, oh, that's, there's these drawings that you like, I'd like to, there's a lot of things I'd like, oh man, I'd like to do that, And then there's not enough time. It's not enough time. But this is cool. I'm glad they chose this one. All right, I might move this over a little bit. So I'm going to do this. Now let's break this into smaller pieces. So here's the whole hand. Here's the fingers are going to go in here. And then we have one finger right there, the pinky that's facing us. And then behind that is that middle finger right in there. And getting the overlapping does take, it looks like a number 6, actually. Look at that. It looks like a number 6. Getting the overlapping takes time to see space, stuff like that. All right, so let's draw it. Here's our 6. We're going to just use this part of the 6. This is the pinky that kind of comes out right there. And then there's a little bit of the palm that shows. So it kind of looks like, oh, no, it's just that part. Then it's the middle finger. And then it's the pointer finger right above that as it comes around. Oops. There we go. Bring it around. A little bit of overlap. And then there's the forearm. This is the forearm. And then this is the lower arm. And then this is the upper arm right there. The thumb goes behind. And here's the pipe, corn pop. We're going to start with this oval. There's this oval shape right on top, and there's a slight angle. There's a slight angle to it. It's not straight up and down. There's a slight angle. So this oval here is like that oval. You need to practice. There's that oval there, and then it kind of like pushes in and then pushes out, and then it's that other side of the oval, right in there, that oval shape. All right, so it's like a little can. Even a little apple, but a little bit wider than an apple. I'll shade it all in. And then all you need is that the pipe part. All right, kids. Why does he have a pipe? Well, because, that's interesting. I don't know. They wouldn't allow that nowadays, that's for sure. Oh, there is Frosty the Dope Man. There is a song, actually. Frosty the Dope Man. Look that up. I can't play it here, but yeah, it's an old song, Frosty the Dope Man. What did he put in his pipe? It's Frosty. There's a whole there's a whole thing on it. All right, here it goes. My purpose for next Tuesday's class is to get a lot of you to slow down. Oh, am I going too fast? I'm sorry.
Not today. Tuesday, you were really going fast.
Yeah, at the end, I started slow. And then I sped up at the end. Yeah, I'm going to speed up again right now. It's good. It's good to kind of like, take on that challenge. You can't have baby food all the time. Sometimes you got to have something a little more thing to chew on. That's that rule of thirds, right? The rule of thirds. Sometimes you want to, and sometimes maybe you're not ready for it, and that's okay. If I'm going too fast, like, okay, I'll wait till the video goes out and I'll slow it down. It's really that rule of thirds. Sometimes you want it to be, and you can get comfortable in a line. you know, when you get comfortable, all right, cool. Do you want it to go slower? If you're not, like, okay, you know, find your comfort zone. Really want to find your comfort zone, and then expand that, you know, to sometimes you want to expand it to failure. Like we're like, oh man, you know, and sometimes people get stuck there. They're afraid to make those mistakes and they stay in that lane, right? But and it's good. So you got to know where your lane is, and if you're going to want to make it easier or harder, like we're going to speed it up right now. Let's see, we started off, I tried to start off easy, but this was a bit of a challenge. But then we did go easier with the Elf on the Shelf. We went easier. And then now we went a little more difficult here. And then now we're going to go even more difficult. I'm looking back and forth, and I'm still, look, I think we can actually push his cheek out a little bit more. I don't know. Yeah. Looking at pushing this cheek out a little bit more. Just a little bit more, bringing this up a little bit more. All these little micro adjustments I would probably do. That's okay. You see, I'm just making the lines thicker, which is a good thing to do too. See, these thicker lines can fix some mistakes. Bring it a little bit thicker. If I do that, then I'm going to thicken up these lines too to make it go, especially like shadows and underneath. It gives the line weight. It gives the line weight, right? This whole adding a weight to that line, it makes it look more professional. There we go. Ta-da. All right. Yeah, I'm looking back and forth and kind of like saying, hey, I want to push this back a little bit more.
Eladio, my Frosty has a big butt.
Your frost has a big butt.
I don't know how to fix it.
Well, you can show it. I can she can show
A
your butt.
big butt and a big belly. I don't get it.
I think
Oh
I'm
my
looking
God.
back and forth, and I think I need to push this out a little bit more too myself. Put a little more snow on them. There we go. All right, let's if anybody wants to share what we did tonight, we're gonna go jump to I know we have some people jumping ship. I know, but we've been here for a while already, so I don't know. I wanted to cut it. We'll see what we got. Let me share my screen. And I don't know if anybody, I don't see any hands. So let me see if we got oh, there we go. There's a hand. Jess. There's two hands. All right, let me see. There we go. What you got? Ah, there you go. You got it all on one paper. It's cool. Yeah.
I used a really big paper.
You what?
I used a really big paper.
That's all good. What's hard is that you don't know what's going to go next or how you want it to all fit, and you just kind of throw it all in. That's cool.
Go here, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, put a whole, you can, I don't know, you can actually put a whole winter wonderland in there. Put the snowman family, put the Mrs. Snowman now, and right, because it's almost like going from spring to winter.
All the seasons.
All
Thank you, Eladio.
right, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's go with Ellen. Ellen, what you got?
This is my butterfly today. Oops, can you see it?
Nice. Yeah, you started some color on there. Nice.
And
You look
oops,
angry.
let me see if I can find it.
Go down.
I didn't think it'd take so long. Wait, I've got something. Oops, better come back to me.
All righty.
Wait, no, there it is. There it is.
All right.
This is the butterfly I did earlier in the week.
Oh, okay.
With
Wow.
its little.
You did better without my instruction. It looks.
I could go slower.
Yeah, that's good. Awesome. Wow, awesome. Good. It's about the practice. All right, let's go with Susanna. Second time today, first time today. Oh, we can't hear
There
you.
we go.
There you
This
go.
was my butterfly
Oh, very nice.
and
Ooh, I like the way you have
Leo.
those flowers around him. There he is.
And that's my little snowman.
There he is. That's great.
Thank you. I
Oh, you're
really
welcome.
enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm glad. Glad.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, we're gonna just jump on a bunch of them. Oh, Haiti has her hand up. Let me see. There we go. All right, let me stop sharing. Here we go. Thank you for sharing, Susanna.
Sorry.
All right.
All right, here's my elf
Nice.
and here's my
Oh,
butterfly.
yeah. Let me see your background. You have like a little. I know. I see like it looks like branches, but then there's something else. And you got.
Yeah,
more-
it's a tree.
Oh.
It's like
Oh yeah. You actually copied the actual picture. Sweet.
yes.
I know. See the furniture and stuff. I was looking at the. So that was cabinets on the right. Super cool.
That's right. And my snowman. It almost
Oh, there-
reminds me of el oso yogi. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés?
Oh.
acuerdas?
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera Yogi Bear. It does kind of look like him, huh? Yeah, I can see that.
Kinda weird. I don't know.
Well,
I'll try fixing it.
it's just proportions. I think went a little bit higher. I think there's more bottom to him. But I can, if you want, I can screenshot it and then show you. I mean, that's the best way to do it. If you say, hey, I'm like, okay, we'll screenshot it. Can you screenshot this? We'll screenshot it, and then I can put it on my screen and show you what the difference is. It's really just proportions. I think you're having trouble with, and maybe I didn't explain it well. That too.
Okay.
All righty.
I know I have a problem with that.
Yeah,
think
no,
it
it's no, and that's the challenge. That's where you're at. So when it comes to wrapping, sometimes you're just focusing on ratios, which you're doing good, and then you're focusing on angles, which you're doing good, and then proportions. That's the toughest one. That one comes next, and seeing how big something is compared to other stuff, and then just takes that practice till it becomes automatic, and you don't even think about it. You just kind of just do it. But that's where you're at. You're on that level of proportions. All right, let's go with Ine. Thank you for sharing, Haiti. Ine, let's see.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Let's see. There you go. What you got?
Hello.
Hello.
Let me see. Today's
And did you use a pen? Is it all pen or pencil?
it's a marker, black
Oh.
marker, and then I shaded it with color pencil.
Nice.
And then the frosty didn't turn out too well. I was too slow.
Oh, maybe I was too
colored
fast.
it.
But
Yeah.
you colored it. It looks
Yeah,
good.
I colored it. Okay, thank you.
All right,
was
thank you for
fun.
sharing. All right, awesome. All right, all of these are fun. Great, Liana. Thanks. All right, Cynthia.
Oh.
I see Cynthia here. Let's see what you got. There
Do
you
you
go.
see it?
Yeah, there it is. Even with the blur. Oh, it just went away. Nice size too. I know it's your
I
filter.
don't know how.
When you had it lower, it was. I saw it for a second, more than a second actually. But
Oh,
there it is. Yeah, there it is.
yeah. And then
There. Oh,
it's the L.
there it is. Yes, yeah.
Oh, why my screen's that way?
You have a filter.
You have a blurred background.
Yeah,
There it is
I
right
think
there.
so.
So if
Yeah.
you if you turn that off,
Uh,
we can see your, yeah,
There
there.
it is.
okay.
Super cool.
And then
There's Frosty.
snowman.
Really nice. There it is. All right.
Now everybody can see my messy office.
Oh, pretty clean. All right. Thank you for sharing. Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's it. So let's see. I don't know. We'll do some really quick drawing. I don't know if you want to, if you'd like to, let's see, requests. I'll take requests, or we're just, I'm going to go pretty fast. So you can see, look at this chair is really cool. There's a lot of, that pot was really cool. I like that pot. The table's interesting. Our anniversary, 2 years. Wow, I can't believe 2 years. Oh, that one's cool. I think we'll go with that one. Continue with the theme. I think we'll
That's
go
an early Rudolph.
with, yeah, it is an early Rudolph.
And a lot of you could just zoom in on his face and head and, the fun part of the red nose if you didn't want to do the whole deer.
Yeah. Probably gonna have to skip this one. I mean, that one's really basic. That's good. Well, I like that teapot. Ooh, I like that too. All right, let's start off with the and then there's that one. Ooh, look at that circle. Nice. And this one's really neat too, but that definitely not gonna have time for that. Oh, and I like that flower too. All right, I think that's it. So let's do the Rudolph. I'll copy that. We'll copy the image address and put it in the chat. And then we'll go on from there. I'm just going to draw. If you want to get the pictures, you can go to the meetup, and the meetup has the pictures. I'm not going to break it apart. We're just going to draw it, or I'm just going to draw it. And I'll zoom in on the head. We'll see. I can, yeah, we'll see. There we go. Let's do this. All right, I'm going to zoom in. Spotlight. There we go. All right, so I try to see the big shapes first, but we can actually start off. I can start off with the head. Once I have the head, I know it's going to be right about there. It's a circle shape, right? That circle shape. And then he's got the ears that are going to kind of go off of that, about that big, in relation to that circle head. And then I'm gonna, it kind of comes in, and there's looks like there's like almost like a circle space for that neck. That neck has that circle space, so that same size of that head. And really, I've seen a few people struggling with that proportions, but that's okay. This is what it is, seeing that spacing, that placement, so that head, that neck is about as wide as that head. And then we've got this whole body back here, and it's kind of like this oval, and I'm kind of comparing it to the head, and it does kind of scoot up. It's kind of scoots up, and if I were to draw an angle there, that angle there, and this angle here, to see, I'm almost triangulating the body, and then there's a little bit of a tail that goes right at the top, right in there, and then I can see. This is where I can actually see the legs as one piece. You almost want to see everything as one piece. Don't get caught up in the details. See this as one big shape, with the height and the width, and then the feet, like this whole as one shape, and then the feet kind of like this other one sticks out right about there. And I'm not worried about the detail. I'm trying to just see the big shape and block it in, because there's a knee right in here, and there's another knee over here. Well, I'm already putting it in, but this is what I see first, and then this is what I see second, the knees. And then the way this kind of curves back, and this other foot that's back in here, this one goes last. It goes in here and goes forward. And I see the bottom of where these feet and how they line up. One's a little bit higher, one's a little bit lower. This is the lowest and probably closest. And they actually kind of like are on a cube that really places it in space. Those 4 points. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see the angle of where the bottom of the feet are going to be. All right, I'm going to zoom in on the face and just focus on the face like somebody said. All right, so there's an eye like right in the middle of that circle, right in the middle, like a donut, small donut. See, it's not a really big donut. I can see the relationship of this circle compared to that circle, and seeing this space in here. That just takes practice. Then I'm going to go ahead, and the nose kind of comes off of there. The nose right about there. And then this attached to that circle shape like that. And we've got that oval shape right in there. Okay, let's do this. So I got the oval eye, not the evil eye. And then the pupil with the highlight. Try to keep the highlight, making them look sleepy. We're gonna have to stop soon. There we go. Let's get that ear. It's coming up here, and it really twists really nicely. Yeah, it's getting late. Let's erase that. There we go. That's it. It's that leaf, little twist, and then it attaches itself to the head. There's that head part right here. top of the head. It's got two little horns. 1, 2. But this little part right here, this little part really gets the feel of that circle. If you want to get that solid drawing that Disney actually would talk about, or the Disney artists. There's 12 principles in the animation. One of them is solid drawing. And that's that solid feel, like it's something solid. And that's what that just did right now. All right, let's get this other ear. I'm gonna draw the inside part of the ear first. Kind of swoops up. So there, leave some space. There's some space. And it's this kind of like a leaf shape. Like that. Right in here, right in there. Almost like a leaf shape or even a diamond shape. And then there's this inside part, which I didn't leave too much space for, but it attaches itself like that to the inside. There we go. And there is a thickness to this outside thickness to this shape, and it's a little there's a little bit of texture too. Just going to throw a little bit of texture on top of it. Same thing with on this side, a little bit of a thickness, a little bit of a texture, a little fur texture, and the inside's shaded. All right, let's get this eye. This eye has a lot of little parts, to this eye. So let's zoom in some more so you can see what I'm talking about. So the bottom is a little flattened, slightly flattened. There it is, slightly flattened. And then right here, this would be you have to be aware of all this stuff. There's a little aqueduct right there, little duct for where the water comes in. It makes your eye shiny, and it kind of swoops around. Made it a little bit bigger than what's there. And actually, I can make that line thick because it's a little bit thicker. All right, there it is. That's the whole eye shape. And probably let's clean this up because that's the white of the eye. And clean it out a little bit. There it is. All right, so now here's the whole iris right inside that part right there. There's the iris. And then the highlight. I'm going to try to keep that highlight, that white spot, that white spotlight right there. Right about there. It's probably a little bit, should be a little bit higher, a little bit more to the right. That's okay. I'm not going to move it. And then underneath that is the pupil. Another little circle. That's the pupil. That's dark. All right. A little bit of that pupil. And then I'm going to shade in the iris. Just shade it all in right in there. Just to make that highlight pop. There it is. There's the eye. Bam. All right. That's good. I'm happy with that. All right. So the nose actually has a shadow and a highlight on it. So the nose is really interesting. Let's do that. It's on our screen. So I'm going to go a little bit bigger. It's got the highlight. You want to keep that highlight right in there. And then it's got like a little bit of a shadow, and it's a core shadow. Actually, it's like a core shadow because it's just like right there. See how I'm just doing this core shadow, and it makes it look like it's glowing because that bottom is the core shadow doesn't go all the way down. Let me just shade that in because it's red. There it is. Oh. The mouth, and it attaches itself right in there, and then comes down like that. There it is. Mouth that fits right in there. All right, and that's I'm going to capture the back side of the head, and it kind of slopes down. This one comes up, and then it attaches itself to the neck and kind of slopes down. Now I'm going to shade it. There's the shading on this this whole deer. It is a deer. Rudolph. Red nose rain. It's a reindeer. But the design kind of comes up through here because it's attached, and it goes around the eye, and it's soft. It's around that eye, comes back in, and then back down the neck as it tapers out. The neck should get wider at the base, and I just widened it a little bit more. Yeah, there it is. See, I widened it more, but it's all good because I can shade all that in and get that a little bit darker right there. So I can erase that mistake with my pencil, not an eraser. Just work it in. So just adding that little space. Nobody knows the difference. See, just went darker right there. Now I'm smoothening it out. Smoothening it out. Shade all this. All the shading. Good practice shading. There it is. There's the head. Zoom out some more. Probably not that much. Zoom in. All right, let's get that body. See the proportions and stuff. All right, let's do the front. Comes down, swoops in. On this leg comes out there. See, tapered, and it goes to. Oh, actually, the knee. I already put the knee in. And this is good. Seeing that oval, because then you just go around it. Then it comes straight again and tapers out. It's in and then out. There's one foot. Same with this one. This knee is a little bit lower. Let's bring it down. Probably about right there. This leg is lower, right about there. See where it's at compared to this one. Got to make it like it's standing. And then here it goes, and it tapers, and there's a little bit, actually, another oval up here. This is the and then it tapers down to that knee. So it's like a chicken leg. It goes thick, then it goes around the knees. And this one has a little bit of, because I know the anatomy, I've drawn the deers before. It has a little, the little back hoof, little back, and then the hoof, it comes out to a hoof. That little indentation. You can barely see it there. And then this front part just swoops forward. And it's like in snow, so you kind of like actually losing the shape that it actually has in there. Same thing with this. It's really inside the snow. All right, that's good. Let me bring this up. There's a little bit of overlap because this all goes all the way up a little higher, and around. Right in there. And shade it all in, erase all my shapes in there. This is also all shaded. Erase my little shapes in there. There it is. Bring this up. And get this leg in here. Back leg. So it swoops in there. And it tapers. This is tapering. You gotta see the shape. And if you can see the form, even better, because that's the next level. If you're just seeing the shape, see the shape. See, it's like a chicken leg here, like it's almost even a comma. Have you ever seen a comma? How it goes from thick to thin. And see that shape. But if you can see the form, that's a difference. You can feel the form. And it comes out. It just goes out. It's right about there. And this goes up around. The tail, the back side curves this way, and the front side's a little straighter, like that. See, like a shark fin, like that. And then pull this back right in there. All right, and all this would go shaded. We can shade all this in. This top half, and this edge here is really a soft edge. There's a change. On the inside of this, actually, it's really a lot softer than what I did. It actually goes from one value to another, and even on the top, there's a little bit of more of a shade or a darkness up on the top. Then it goes light, and then it tapers out. But I'm cutting some corners here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Shade, and we get the artist to say you have to shade like this with your pencil like this. And this is a good way to do it too. I mean, this is actually, we'll have to talk about that when you're actually even drawing stuff out. I don't have my blade, so get that real, because if you're really going to do that, you need more of a lead, and I don't have that. We get the lead out. All right, I'm gonna shade all this. Get the lid out. Get the stilettos. Oops. There it is. All right. So this inside leg comes in here, goes out, comes down right there. That's the back part. Then the front part doesn't curve as much. It's a little, it swoops a little bit more smoothly. Smoothly in, tapers in, then tapers out. So notice how this curves. Notice the curves. Dangerous curves ahead. And then shade this leg in, and then we're done with it. All right, one more drawing we'll draw. I'm going to draw super fast this time. I'm not going to describe it. I'm just going to do it, maybe talk a little bit, but I'll go faster. Let's see, we'll go faster. Let's see. Any questions on this? I can see my purpose for next Tuesday's class is to get Eladio to slow down. Yeah. Oh, you know what? There's a saying that says, don't wish for things to be easier, wish to be better. That's Jim Rohn, I think, said that. Don't wish for things to be easier, wish for you to be better. And that's kind of like, you know, sometimes we do want our merry-go-round to slow down. But, you know.
But I can work on being better. I can't work on things being easy, making the teacher do things more easily.
Go slower. Here we go. There's the North Pole back here. There's a pole. Let me do the pole real quick. There's like it's like a circle or something. Oh, it's snow on it. And then it's got the shade that in. All right. I'm not going to show the pictures. We're just going to draw them. So let's see. I'll just do it for fun. 9:05. We'll go for a little bit. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, nope. Actually, that's kind of interesting. He submitted this house. I'm going to just sketch it out real quick. It is kind of like a square shape. I get that shape, but we're getting the angles. So if I start off with this this rectangle here, and it's this this angle here, and it is going to a vanishing point. Probably not that steep.
Which house are you doing? Are you doing the shack or the silo?
The silo. The silo.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to get that angle there. And then you've got this angle here. See, I actually straightened it out a lot more, but I can use that as the rooftop, these angles, that rooftop, or that part of that roof. It's all about those angles. And then now I can actually hide. And I want this side to be wider because it's closer to us, this side, and this side goes a little bit smaller. I'm very cognizant of that. And just get these lines in here now on top. There we go. And then this side's just straight up and down. And then this side up, straight up and down. This side straight up and down. And then here I'm echoing this line. If anything, it's wider up here and gets a little bit smaller if there was a vanishing point. I mean, all these lines will go to a vanishing point. But if you have them really close to being parallel, that's good. But they should get a little bit closer as it goes out. And then there's this angle at the top, the roof. And then this is the front coming down at that angle. That rooftop. And I'm just drawing it freehand. These should go to a vanishing point. I can actually afterwards, you know, get a ruler and sharpen it up, clean it up, get them go to a vanishing point. This sticks out a little bit on this side and then goes in, comes down. And let's see which side is higher or lower. I think it does go lower. So this side does go a little bit lower. This side should be lower. Yeah. And so I'm just going a little bit slightly lower. I'm cognizant of that. I'm aware. Yeah, definitely. This side goes lower. There, and these would go to another vanishing point on the left. These lines here would go to a vanishing point on the left. It sticks out a little bit, then it comes down, straight up and down. Noticing the height compared to the width, trying to get my ratios right. That's the ratios. I can see, the height compared to the width in here. And getting that angle in there for the bottom of that. And then this comes out at an angle right about there, right about there. And then we have a little bit of a roof following that angle. And that roof kind of comes in like that. Yeah, you can draw anything you see, and all it is angles, ratios, proportions, and the more you practice, the more you'll progress with that. Everything's made up of shapes, angles, proportions, and look at the relationships for the proportions, how big something is compared to something else, how it all fits. Everything's like a little puzzle, trying to figure it all out, seeing how it all fits. There's all this little detail, this little, just that little railings in here. I'm just sketching them in. Railing. There's like 3. Put that third one in there. Bam. Bam, bam. Get that in there. Wow. And then here. And all this is in shade. So there's some other stuff going on in here. I don't know. I know this angle here and this angle here. And there's like something here. It's all in shade. But I'm gonna just shade it all. Shade all this from the top. Should at this angle. Just shade it all in. Shade this whole side. This whole side should be like shaded really. There is some changes in value. Right in there. This comes out here. The little details. I know it's like there's some windows in here. The sides of the windows should be going straight up and down, and then the tops should echo those lines in that same angle, like that. There we go. Yeah. Should be thinner, so it should be thicker. I don't know, throw some texture in there. And that little bit of a shadow. Then this whole field, it's behind a field, so I'm going to add that almost horizon line in the back. Bring it up. There we go, just like that. Shade a little bit of a shade in this whole field back here, just to add a little bit of shade. There's a post in here, missed it. There's a road that kind of swerves. There we go. And this would probably all be shaded too. There it is, really quickly. I don't see any requests. Good night. You're welcome, Cynthia. Let's keep it going. Let's see, one more maybe. I don't know. Let me see if one sticks out to me. Ooh, I really like that cake, actually. The chair is pretty neat. Oh, the flower. Let's do the flower real quick. All right, so here, the flower. So the flower. There's the center of the flower, and then there's the outside of the flower, right? So it reminds me of the cup. It's same thing. It's the same thing, right? Seeing this shape compared to this shape and how it fits together. And there it is, right? And then we got all these petals, all these petals in here. We have one petal in here, Zuzu's petal. We have another petal overlapping right in there. I'm trying to see the major petals. This petal here, another petal there, that petal. There's a bunch of petals right in here. And these petals are all stuck together. Geppetto. Petals, kind of like up in there. Oh, there's like a whole section of petals, like right in here. This petal. You know, like 3 petals underneath, 1, 2, 3, like right in here, kind of facing that way. Yeah, we did there's a really good one of a sunflower. We really broke it down, really did an awesome job with it. This one I'm going to just sketch it, but we did a drawing with one that was really, that video was really good. I wish I can like refer to it. It's video episode. I'll be editing those and bringing those out. And just where we just do one drawing. All right, so how are we going to attack this? I think I'm just going to attack from the petals. I'll just do one petal at a time. seeing how they overlap. This is right here on top. There's one behind it. And then it kind of blends into the one that's next to it. And then this one goes in front of that, kind of swoops, swooped it in too soon. Right there. And then this one kind of curves out that way. Another one on top. This comes down, out, swoop, swoop. This one right here, yeah, that's the one I really see. That one's like on top with another one. Actually, it's probably like doubled up in there. And I'm just kind of sketching it. I'm not really worrying too much. Just kind of sketching it in there. And then, ooh, the design in here. This is, yeah, there's a lot of, I'm just gonna make it. I'm putting these swoops in one direction. And then putting the swoops in another direction. And there's a thickness to this. There should be a thickness. And I'm rounding it out. And then I can go in here and kind of like, all right, round all this stuff out. Make those lines thicker. I'm making those lines thicker and rounder, so they're not so mechanical. Yeah, put in little circles inside them. Yeah. Oh, all right. I think that's it. My batteries are giving out. I gotta finish this. Let's finish this. But my batteries.
Thank you, Eladio. Good night.
All right, you're welcome. Good night.
You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. I'm okay. What's important is the process and practicing and helping each other out. Purpose. That's what actually really excites me right now. What's your purpose? Why are you doing this? Why do you want to learn to draw? What's the bigger purpose? And you really want to go 5 whys deep. Am I the only one here now? Let's see. Oh, we got 9. And definitely on Tuesdays we're going to talk about purpose and really your why. And you have to at least go 5 whys deep. And what does that mean? Well, you know, like, why are you drawing this? Oh, because I want to learn to draw flowers. Why? Why do you want to learn to draw flowers? Well, because they smell nice. Okay, why? Or why? Because they look pretty. Why? Or because I want, you know, and then you really dig down because I really want people to appreciate flowers. You know, that would go into a deeper why. I really want to appreciate flowers and see, you know, the intensity, the texture, you know, and get to a deeper why, a reason, a purpose. So yeah, that's what we're really going to be doing on Tuesdays. In this class, we just practice our drawing. And this class might go away this year. This year might be the last, especially as I put all the whole stuff together. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But I just found you.
No, well, we're going to continue. We'll continue. The classes will be all online, and we'll shorten them. I don't know. I definitely need to work on my book, work on other stuff. But I'll be around. We'll be around at least for another year. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, health-wise and all kinds of other wise. And who knows? Maybe I'll put out a a fund me and maybe keep it going that way too. Because man's got to eat. So I don't know. It's all education should be free. I mean, all this stuff should be free. So that's my philosophy. It should be free. It should be free. Free the mind. Frida Kahlo, free the mind. Free. Set them free. And I can do shading, a little bit of shading here and there, color. And oh no. And then one of these leaves the petals sticks out a little bit more on this side and the back. A little bit of a heart in there. And then there's all kinds of other stuff happening. All right, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you. No, shorter class. Okay. Oh yeah, shorter class. Yeah, we kind of went a little long. Well, we're gonna stop it now. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. We'll see you
Thank
Tuesday
you.
or Thursday. Bye-bye.
Okay,
You're
Have
welcome.
a great one.
All right.
very
You too.
much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.